Welcome to the Autofocus Q&A, where we invite leaders, top executives, and personalities from the automotive sector to answer questions about the automobile and its industry from our invited motoring journalists and those sent in to us by our viewers. This week from the motoring media, we have the motoring columnist of Business Mirror and Top Gear Philippines and a noted syndicated sports columnist, Mr. Al Sir Paul Mendoza.
Thank you very much, Ray Boots, Elvis Kumbola, for
Welcome.
inviting me here again.
Welcome back
Thank
to
you.
the show. He is joined by the motoring editor of the Manila Bulletin, where writing is really in his blood, Mr. Inigo Roses of the famous Roses clan.
Thank you very much, sir. Always an honor to be here.
Thank you very much. And as for our esteemed guest this week on the Autofocus Q&A, we have the very charming lady president of Columbian Auto Car Corporation, exclusive distributors and importers of Kia vehicles in the country, Miss Ginia Domingo. Ginia, our privileged to have you here.
Thank you.
At
It's
last.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, getting this show on the road for our first question, Gina, can you please give our viewers an idea of which of the many models that Columbian Auto Car carries of Kia vehicles is actually the top seller?
Right now, the top seller are the small cars. No, that's the Picanto and the Rio. For total sales combined, that's about 55% of our total sales. And then closely followed by our SUVs, the Sportage and the Sorento. And then the K27. The K27 is our utility vehicle. So that's the, siguro mga 80% na yan, the five models.
Do you think, Gina, this trend would continue, considering that a few years back, it was the SUV. Pag wala kang SUV, kulang ang buhay mo. No? Do you think this trend of going to small cars will continue?
I think it will continue because sumasabay siya dun sa, you know, now ang popular yung condominiums, di ba?
Okay.
So pataas, and then you have smaller parking areas, and then because of the traffic, and of course, the affordability of the vehicles. So I think that will continue in the next few years.
That's actually saying na the culture is changing slowly kasi ang Pinoy pag lumakad sa barangay, di ba? So you need these big cars. So
That's right.
you feel that practicality is gaining ground.
Yes, but that's not to say na lumiliit yung market for the vans. The market for the vans are still there, but now I think there's a little more independence as far as the families are concerned. They do not have to be traveling with the lolos, the lolas, the yayas. So medyo modern na rin ang lifestyle ngayon. And you know, the styles of the small cars are kakaiba eh, di ba? Kaya mas, I think it's more appealing now to the young couples, especially for the college kids.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's where most of the market is coming from. It's a second household vehicle. It's not a first
Okay.
vehicle for the household.
What is this Model K? Tell us more about this K. K9 or K27?
Oh, yes. In the US, they call it K900. Here in the Philippines, in the last motor show 2 years ago, we introduced it. We called it the Chorus. So that is a full-size sedan. It's our top-of-the-line sedan. But right now, we are not offering it as part of our regular models. But we do entertain indent orders for that. And our headquarters, our mother office in Korea, will only manufacture or produce it for us if it's a special order.
It's a beautiful designed car, though.
Yes.
The shape, it's fantastic.
Yes, it
yeah.
is. Actually, very modern, especially the appointments.
Yeah, ma'am, going back to the hatchbacks, of course, in the years following Ondoy, we've seen people going back towards flood-proof vehicles in a way, as a response to the recent tragedy. And now, as you said, sales are picking up again for small hatchback
cars,
type
yes.
cars. Is it safe to say the fears of floods are slowly fading away in consumers' minds?
No, I think it's still there because the SUV market is still strong. What I'm just trying to say is that the major decision that closes the deal on small cars is really affordability.
Okay.
Kasi between an SUV and the small cars, doble ang difference ng presyo nila.
Yes.
So totally different market
okay.
yon. So I would think for those people who have fear of getting flooded or getting caught in floods, hindi talaga sila
It's
bibili
not
ng
considered.
ng maliliit na sasakyan.
Okay.
So that's not the market for you.
I see.
Well, my first question about Pacquiao getting into Kia through Kia's basketball team,
Yes.
which is set to join the Philippine Basketball Association in October.
That's true. That is correct. Exciting.
Who was this brilliant guy, if not you,
No, I wish I was.
who initially broached up the idea for Pacquiao to coach Kia's basketball team?
Okay, I'll go a few steps back lang muna. When we decided to join the PBA, Congressman Manny was nowhere in
the
our
equation.
sight. No, nowhere in our equation. So, our getting into the PBA also was, the romantic in me would want to say, by fate. So, this is just basically my bosses talking to their colleagues, business partners, and they were just chatting, and then somebody just said, "No, I think PBA is going to is ready to accept new members." And we were saying, "No, it's so expensive." That's what we were saying. Then, no, it's only then we did our pencil pushing, we did our research, and we said might actually can afford it. So it's probably it's nobody can deny that it's the best marketing tool one can use if you want to really push your product in the homes of the regular Filipino family. It's the best getting to the PBA. So we decided to send in our application. We wrote a letter of intent. They accepted it, and we went through the whole process. And then when we were approved to get into the PBA, when we were approved, so my same bosses were outside playing golf. And then the people that they were playing with were friends or business partners of Congressman Manny. So my boss was very happy, was happily telling them the story that, we got accepted to the PBA. It's very exciting. We're going to form a team and all of that. At the end of when they got to the 18th hole, of course, this is second-hand story already. When they got to the 18th hole, I understand the offer of Congressman Manny was already being discussed.
Oh.
Something like, are you open to get Congressman Manny into your team? And we thought it was just like kwentuhan lang, di ba? Kwentuhan. Then one thing led to another, and then before we knew it, Congressman Manny was visiting our office already and chatting with us and saying that yes, he welcomes that opportunity. So that's basically how it started.
You're saying the initiative came from Mr. Pacquiao, Congressman Pacquiao.
Yes, because it was just kwentuhan. Because the way I understand it, Congressman Manny's first love is basketball. Sabi niya, bata pa lang daw siya, basketball na yung gusto niya. But, it was in boxing that...
More about Pacquiao and Kia in a short while. We will now take a short break, and when we come back, we continue with the week's Q&A. Stay with us.